I've got Barca winning this as well, and might as well throw it in for a game 5 because why not? It's been game 5s the whole way through. Let's give it another one.
Yeah, I hope the players agree with us and none of them pop off too hard, even though we did see that in the previous series. Astral scoring some absolute screamers, being so vital for that win for Oxygen, and whether he can do it against Barcelona as well. They couldn't do it last time, but another opportunity is here. Remember, even if they do end up losing, it will still be the lower brackets in the playoffs for them. We will see both of these teams again. The only question that remains is against who?
Astro looking for that early chance, an opportunity to drop the ball down centre, a bump on Itachi, Devo looking for the save. They'll find the touch and Itachi out to the side. And they advance upfield as Barcelona, but Oxygen not going to let them do such a thing as Shaw set now. Let's send the ball away, met by Itachi. Devo off the side row, bringing it in centre. Ferro, a small touch on it out to the corner where Astral waits, beats the ball. Ronicky a chance to bring it in centre. A bump attempt on Chaussette, not working out. The early goal for Barcelona not found. A good attempt, but instead a counter looking possible for Oxygen.
A good defense on the back, but from Ferr, sure that one doesn't quite find the target for FC Barcelona. But I like the fact that they're on their roll. This first game is so important to them because they can't give away any momentum, and that's exactly what they do here. A beautiful infield pass from Itachi, finding Ronicky, and the first goal is Barca's.
A beautiful pass, a beautiful shot, 1-0 Barcelona. And he start off with the early goal, can also find a return to this. Only 90 seconds gone, so plenty of time for him to do exactly that. And the ball drops down, coming. Astro will get a touch. Devo out to the side, all by himself. Pass one more left. He's got the 100 boost, picking it up a bit too late. The taxi flies by. Ronicky now all by himself, trying to find that bump, trying to find that touch. Not going to work out. Itachi beats the ball by Astro. In back to Devo off the corner, coming in centre once again. Ferrer up high, advancing upfield, but Ronicky to Itachi. The striking duo at the moment, and a great striking duo at that. Ronicky Itachi linking up amazingly, some great goals, some great passes, and Devo solid as ever in the defensive half and holding down the midfield as well.
I love the progress that Devo has had as a player in that old school Northern Gaming roster. He used to be that striker, he used to pull off amazing double touches time and time again. I believe actually like the first player that actually really just perfected these double taps and always got the read right, but it really changed into more of a defensive player and has been doing it so well. He's now so good at supporting his teammates, but what an attack here from my Oxygen. Not just one pass for you, that was pass after pass.
Couldn't get any more passes than that. Chaussette to Astro, back to Chaussette. A bang into net, 1 apiece, Oxygen Esports. That is a way to play. Oh, what a goal that was. And with half the game gone, we're all tied up, Joessi.
That's one way of going back into this series. A beautiful team play on the side of Oxygen. Another chance here too, but that's well defended by Devo. And these quick passes coming in become so hard to read, and that's hard to read too. Just in time. Push that one to the side, push that one away. The pressure really just changing up. Oxygen now the ones in control of this game.
Ferrer to the backboard, not going to work out. A clear away back to Chaussette once more. A soft touch rolling on the ground. Itachi shot too far wide, nowhere near the net. National for your reign. Upfield he will go. Past one. Ball will land to Itachi. To Ronicky. Oh, Itachi! Oh, what is this game? One. We're only at the start and already goes like this. Oh, Itachi to Ronicky. Oh my goodness.
Oh my lord, I've been saying all day that I did not enjoy all these players going for cherry picks, but if you hit that angle, I will gladly shut up and let you do the talking, because what a goal there. Oh my goodness.
Well, Oxygen better pass and play, and Barcelona raised with an amazing redirect. 2-1 in the Barcelona side, 90 seconds left for game 1. What a start to the series has been. No matter who finds this win, Joessi, this has been an amazing game 1, and it's only going to get better from here. I can already see it. But wow, Barcelona, Oxygen Esports, they are giving us a game at the moment.
For sure, Astral now trying to make it more of a game, gets the pass set, saved away by Devo. He's a good position and managed to steer the ball wide into his own corner. back to safety, and Barcelona's defense has looked so strong so far. 5 clutch saves versus the 0 on the side of Oxygen so far.
That's it. Things low. Pass one, but to attach it once more, to bring it in centre, orders the impossible angle. Oh, barely missing out on that. Veronica not going to slow down. The clear out, meets out with Devo. That's it. Trying to get this clear away, past Itachi, upfield, to try and find the equaliser, saved by Veronica, up high, it will go. Itachi a chance, the shot on target. Saved by Astro, 30 seconds left. Also these boats need to get upfield, need to get an attack. The Barcelona saying otherwise, calling them down. So many chances but nothing going in, but 2 on the scoreline and it will remain.
And the pressure mounting on the side of Barcelona as well, getting chance after chance. It's just wide, almost a demo coming in there as well. Devo, as the third man, pushes up quite far, maybe an opportunity for the Oxygen side, but that stayed wide. Back to safety it goes, and it seems with only 3 more seconds to go, that Barcelona will be the takers of this first game.
The bullseye's down, game number 1 in favour of Barcelona. Great start of this series for both teams for that matter, but Barcelona, they come out on top, and it's Ronicky, the star striker, 2 goals to his name, and only 1 shot taken.
That's insane. It was the defense right here from Barcelona that just pulled through 5 saves on their sides, making sure that they could get this win here, even though the pressure overall, I think, for Oxygen was better. A couple of good shots, but I've missed that absolute killer instinct that I'm so used to on the side of Oxygen. Josette, and someone who normally just shots away every single chance he gets into the top corner, unsavable. Right now, a lot of shots are just too close to the defenders. They can steer it wide, and I do feel like this should have been Oxygen's. I felt like they really had the pressure, they had the opportunities, they just completely failed to capitalize on it.
Well, game 1 going in favour of Barcelona. As I mentioned, that striking duo of Veronica Itachi, all Veronica's goals assisted by Itachi, just proving how well they are working together at the moment. I want to see this keep up. I'm really liking this new striking duo. Before in Barcelona, of course, it was Veronica and Flakes, strike force. Now Veronica and Itachi, and Itachi is fitting in greatly, and really showing why Veronica is, like, such a good striker. He's really getting all those opportunities to strike.
For sure, his positioning is impeccable in front of offense, always ready for passes, maybe like this one. That's a bit of an overcommit though, maybe a chance for Josette, but Devo, who else? Oh no, it was actually Itachi, so that's the other person. And then that one to the side, great defense coming out, another chance now on the side of Barcelona. Demo coming in from Kerr, make sure that doesn't quite go in yet, but once again, just an explosive start to the game.
Save found by Ronicky. Bumped around, Josette going aggressive. Astro got a touch out to the corner, but Devo gonna look around, leave the chance for Itachi, having the back off as Astro up high, going for the pass one, maybe pass another. The 50-50 attempt not gonna work out, but Josette can turn on it. Number 1 he will go, sends it out to the corner. Also underneath would want this early goal, and it might just be finding it, but a good clear away. Itachi upfield, the chance shot down for Oxygen, and they're gonna have to try again.
A good demo there from Itachi as well, just taking Astro out of the play. On the side of Oxygen, it doesn't feel like they're fully committing to their attacks. I feel like Kerr just stays ever so slightly further back and allows Josette and Astro to be that duo up front. They're going to be able to create much more chances, but a lot of demos from Itachi, just making sure that Oxygen can even set up their own game plan. Whenever they are in the position that they want to be in, they are getting demoed, but it doesn't matter because that's a great time. And so Josette, and the 1-0 is a fact for Oxygen.
A monstrous dunk from Josette gets Oxygen Esports 1-0 up in game number 2. The net left wide open. Don't able to read that dunk coming. Now Barcelona playing on the back foot. Can they return the favour? 90 seconds in. 1-0 Oxygen Esports. Will they keep this up, extend upon their lead? Have a tied up series maybe after this game. That's a good demo. Then Itachi back to Neo, find the save, but out to Astro to go. The pass to Josette, already up. Beat to the ball, but better. Gonna keep things going, not let this play die out. Oxygen Esports did a really good job at that at the moment. Holding on the offense, not letting the play die out after one miss. But Barcelona advancing upfield. That's a shot down. Saved by Astro. Just seconds to clear away. Shuts down Barcelona's attack for the time being. Instead, to get an attack of their own.
Yeah, whenever they find themselves upfield, they constantly immediately turn for the ball there. The players for Barcelona just very in sync, bro, with their rotation. And it's working wonders because normally Oxygen would be able to completely pressure a team like this and make sure that they don't even get out of defense. But Astro there with a solo play, baited in the last defender and got the goal to go along with it.
Astro known for his one ability for a reason, baits in Debo. And just does it all himself, 2-0 Oxygen Esports. And what a surprise, Joessi. We're going to end up having a tied up series, it seems already.
It's all a little according to script, Boyer, right now. It is like that previous series as well, where one team could just completely be dominating and then just end up losing the next one, like we will see here as well. Chazette not finding the back of the net yet again. That shooting really has not worked out for him so far, but Astro
come on!
Gets it off the ceiling, does it all by himself. Chazette doesn't need to score if Astro does this.
Astro are already dead off the ceiling to himself, and that's another for Oxygen. 3-0, an explosive game 2. And I guess Oxygen want to get this to a tied up series and get closer to a potential game 5 again. It's 3-0, 2 minutes left. Oxygen Esports, what a turnaround, and Astro especially.
Yes, I agree wholeheartedly, Boyer. This has been amazing from Oxygen, but let's not forget that we saw the exact same scoreline with what? 16 shots versus 4 on the side of Oxygen versus Barcelona in Game 3 in this previous series. And it didn't matter. The next game was a complete switch around, a completely different landscape. So even though I think this is really good for Oxygen and I like to see them keep this going, keep that momentum, I do not think it's going to have too much of an issue going into the next game.
I think that Barcelona already given up with this game 2, 4-0 already, made that 4-1, attaching a rocket to net. 3 goals instead of 4 difference now, but is it really going to change much, Joessi? There's 1 minute 30 seconds left, they need 3 goals. I doubt they can pull it off.
Yeah, it's not going to be a comeback right here, boy. The defense for Oxygen has been too good, even though I do feel like Barcelona is that strongest defense in terms of default. He's just been absolutely exceptional lately in this series. No different for him. That one mistake pushing into the corner is a very rare one. Overall, it's just such a strong defender and makes it so hard to score against, whereas in this Oxygen side, it is more of a team effort. It is Stewart who gets a lot of the saves, but overall, it's all 3 players just being very involved in defense.
Devo back to his own corner, just trying to make a play, but nothing working out. 1 minute left, 3 goals in it. Tied up series coming our way almost definitely now. The Barcelona blasting more shots at net and they're not going by this time around. We've got to give all the credit to the Oxygen here. Astro especially, as well as Joessi, the striking duo over on the Oxygen side. 2 goals for both of them. If they're just sitting back and watching and defense, making the saves, finding the assists, and he'll let the boys do whatever they want. Striking wise, he would just supply them with the chances.
Yeah, some good chances on their side, but they have to score most of them as well, which isn't something that we've seen the entirety of the tournament so far. It's been overall, I feel like most of the teams still have more in their bruised tank, and they've been performing all right, but not to the level that we have seen them perform at. And I'm quite sure that that's down to the tournament not being of the same caliber as RLCS, and they don't feel like they are pushed to the absolute limits like they are in the other types of tournaments. But I am looking forward to see how it also progresses into the rest of the tournaments, whether once we get to the playoffs, you see all the teams absolutely popping off and showing the absolute best that they've got.
Well, the ball touches the ground, just approaching now. Game number 2 going to go in favour of Oxygen Esports. A tied up series, 1 apiece. I've seen it happen before, Joessi. Seen it happen plenty of times actually. So let's be honest, frankly, this means nothing for the series.
I mean, we said it before, we could just skip the first 4 games and go straight into the 5th, because that's what the script has been like all game, and I feel like that's just how it's going to continue on throughout this series. And I'd like to quickly mention out that field domination stat completely at 50-50, even though we did see the 4-1 in the favor of Oxygen. So it means that they didn't necessarily push into Barcelona's half too much. They just were very lethal with the chances that they had.
Well, they head to game 3. I was going to ask for any prediction, but let's be honest, who knows? It could go either way. It could be 10-0 Barcelona, it could be 1-0 Barcelona, and the same can be said about Oxygen. We have no clue what way this one's going to go, because it is just such a close group. Group B is, well, we said Group A was the group of death, the stat group. Group B is the group of close matches. Everyone just seems even. Like, and there's no way you can put anyone above anyone here.
Yeah, I mean, we already said it somewhat beforehand, because on the side of Group A, there was always going to be top blokes who we felt like was the weaker team. And for me personally, going into Group B, it was Barcelona. However, they've completely stepped it up. They've been looking so strong, and I wouldn't be surprised if they end up taking this game off of Oxygen as well.
Yeah, completely shut down my views on them. I was having some kind of small bit of trouble believing in them, but they definitely lived up to, I guess, some people's expectations, and making it to the playoffs as a whole is a great achievement. Potentially making it there as the number 2 seed from Group B would be even better for them. But they've got to take the Oxygen Esports to do that. Oxygen Esports, of course, being out Dig to get here, and losing a top team like Dignitas, a huge blow for them. But they don't deserve to be here, and they've gave us a great series so far, a great series earlier on as well in that first one we saw.
For sure. And just I want to quickly point out how it's looking on when we go forwards, because these two teams are now battling, and it seems like they're battling for their absolute lives. But even the winner is going to have to face off against Team Liquid's work on an absolute roll. So even if you do manage to beat off the opposition here, you're still faced with a very, very big challenge going forward in terms of Team Liquid. And it just goes from bad to worse, basically.
An insanely big challenge. Team Liquid is no easy match. And Barcelona, I think, looking to be the team to face them right now, is on the attack, trying to find this early goal. Into the back ball, dropping down. Ronicky bringing it centre. A shot from Itachi, well slapped in 1-0 Barcelona.
Itachi the one to find the goal. It pops up from the pass from Ronicky. Itachi is up so quick with that very, very annoying boost out, but it doesn't matter. As long as he managed to score the goals, which is exactly what he does. FC Barcelona leading now here in game 3.
Launch up field, saved by Devo, with a follow-up incoming. Ferrer dropping that down, trying to find the pass, but met by Ronicky. No one else on Oxygen Esports able to make it to the ball. They need to find an equaliser here. On the attack now, Astro fakes out Itachi, able to recover and time the ball forward back to Ferrer. Trying to bring it in centre. A good touch on it. Devo fly pass. Itachi upfield. Blasting a shot today. A quick turn of pressure. Barcelona looking to try and make it 2. As Devo rounds the corner. Astro past 1 in the midfield. Looking for a challenge. It is Itachi once again. The prodigy on Barcelona at the moment. The huge question mark. Well, I think we've finally got some answers.
Yeah, Itachi's been popping off, and my biggest really fear with him was how he's going to fare with the rest of the team in terms of chemistry, but that's been natural. Astro doesn't care about chemistry though. Who needs teammates? Just go from one box straight to the other with one flick over one and an absolute banger into the bottom corner. Unsavable. We're back at 1-1.
Itachi couldn't be a touch on it in the midfield, and Devo just a little bit too late. One apiece of the scoreline. Similar to game number 1, if it ends the same way, we'll see Barcelona taking the lead, but who knows just how well these script writers went into this one. Well, Ronicky, it will go past 1. Astro takes the ball upfield all by himself to the backboard, over to Ferrer. That's a shot. Ferrer makes it 2-2-1 Oxygen.
And just as you think you've got it all figured out, just as you think you know who's looking stronger in this series, Oxygen is like, no, you definitely don't, and completely switched it around. The comeback has been completed. They are now leading 2-1 in their favor. Half of a game to go, and it just couldn't be closer between these two teams.
2-1 Oxygen Esports. Joessi bumps in the process. Ronicky flies by. Upfield it will go, trying to get another play. Go and secure this game a little bit more. Oxygen Esports waiting for the touch from Ronicky. Ferrer diving in. Itachi. Clean away. Astro take things slow. The Devo little wide. Joessi back to the midfield. Clear away for just a moment. Astro can finish the job. Boom this upfield. Getting a tackle in the ball. Perfect for Ferrer. Barcelona time running dry. 90 seconds left of game number 3. And 2-1 Oxygen Esports. Good for them.
I'm loving how early Oxygen is basically just challenging anything. FC Barcelona is trying to get out of their own half. The hard clears aren't working because there's constantly someone for Oxygen who's reading what they're doing and making sure that the ball doesn't leave their side of the field. Opportunity though for the gate save from Astro. He can do it in offense, he can do it in defense. He's just been an absolute monster so far.
Well, back to Ronicky. That's a touch he doesn't want. The shot set shot barely off the crossbar. Devo to clear away upfield. 1 minute left on the clock. 2 on the scoreline. Barcelona hunting for a goal. They're getting close, but Oxygen's there to make the saves. Astro upfield, leaving it for Ferrer. He's found the 100 boost. Ferrer all by himself. A good 50 to Ronicky gives shot set some time to push up. But Atachi, like a rocket upfield. The bump on Astro. Ferrer for 1. Keep it going, try and drop it down, the pinch away, just run down the clock and it'll be Oxygen's game. Game 3 looking really good for Oxygen. But can they keep it up for game 4 and maybe finally avoid a game 5?
It seems like it because that goes straight to Josette and the 3-1 is a fact. This time Astro not being in the play, Ferrer and Josette can do it as well. They can step up when they need to. And it's looking like we are gonna see Oxygen on that match point.
Well, Barcelona back against the wall. They're going to be 2-1 down in the series. Need to win 2 games in a row to try and bring this back. 2 wins in a row for Oxygen now. Puts them in very good standing to take their season a potential 3-1 as that one sinks in as well. Just to end it off, all for the fun of it. Ferrer gives the goal to Astro. 4-1 Oxygen.
I'm just glad with that goal because I wouldn't be able to say Ferrer with the redirect. Those are words that do not go together with the mechanics that Black Boy has. She leaves it. That's very smart. He probably would have saved it if he had tried to go for it.
Well, as the clock dies down, the ball approaches the ground. Oxygen Esports 2-1 up in Barcelona. A lot of work to do now. Can they find the 2 games in a row needed? Take this series, or will they follow the final hurdle and head to the lower bracket of the playoffs?
I don't know, Boyer. It is match point to Oxygen. That's a fact. That's the only fact that this series basically can tell you because it's been up and down the entire time. We saw it in the previous one as well, but it is the second one going in favor of Oxygen. They are on a roll right now, and I do feel like especially Astro is in his zone. And when this guy is in his zone, you know that you have to look out. He's got the goals, he's got the assist, he's got the saves even, just topping almost every single stat in there. He's just a man right now that's making the difference between Oxygen and Barcelona. Astro
is in his element right now. He is loving life and he's playing well, so who can complain? 2-1 to Oxygen. Game number 4, potentially our last of the day, but knowing how today's went, Barcelona's going to take it, I guess, Joessi.
They could very well. I think as long as Devos finds his challenges in defense and Itachi and Ronicky take their time, because in this game that we just saw, every single time that Itachi and Ronicky were in defense, they ended up booming the ball away, and that's when Oxygen will just keep the pressure onto you and you cannot get out of it at all. If they start to take their time, if they do the same stuff that we saw Astro doing in the previous game as well, where you suddenly take the ball for a dribble, catch your opponent off guard like that, I do feel like Barcelona still has a very good chance at bringing us to game 5.
Well, potentially our last, but we will be finding out in about 5 minutes time. It's Ronicky upfield. He wants his Barca win. He wants his game 5, and he's already scored, so one step closer.
Script is very much written and is very much being followed as well. Just can't find the save, even though I feel like he could have gotten a touch on that one, would have stayed it wide and it would have been same. Didn't happen for him, unfortunately.
Well, only 10 seconds needed. Barcelona already have the lead. Can they extend upon it, secure their lead of Oxygen Esports? Passing upfield, help them find the equaliser. Well, getting close. trying to find a chance. Close game, and I think they might have lost Joessi at the moment. We'll see if we can find him coming hopefully soon. A close series at the moment, and tough one.
I am currently unable to see the games going on, a bit of a technical issue. I think it's on my side. I'll try and get that sorted as quickly as possible. We can join you back in the booth there.
Yeah, I think I might be having the same issue. I think Discord might have just died for us, Joessi. So, this is very inconvenient for us. We can no longer see the game. So, anyway, chat, how's things going? We'll try and find a solution coming soon, but we'll keep updated by our broadcaster, but I guess we'll be able to look back at the stream and see what's going on. Currently 1-0 to Barcelona, but that's an inconvenient situation, isn't it, Joessi?
It's a bit unfortunate. I'm watching the stream right now just to get the feed for ourselves, and it looks like Josette almost scored a goal about 10 seconds ago for you guys. I'm not quite sure what the delay is. It's unfortunate for sure, but Josette scoring is what I've heard. Is Oxygen back at 1-1.
Won a pace a tied up series at Barcelona. That's against the wall still. They're not through freely yet. We will try and keep this as entertaining as possible while we try and get things fixed, but just at the moment trying to get things sorted.
We are underway, and I have the game right in front of me with Devo taking a shot and Josette not finding the save. It touches the one to score the goal. Barcelona back in the lead.
Back in the lead. They want this game 5, and will we get to see it as a caster? That's the real question. Joessi just hunting right now. Oxygen Esports, they might just do it, even though we can't see it. They still want it to go to game 5.
And it seems like I've lost the feed again. I'll try and get it back into our screen. So yet again, unfortunately, you'll have to do it without our live commentary of the games.
I might be back, but as another goal as I found one I could have passed down to Devo. 3-1 Barcelona, and finally the goal found by Barcelona puts them 2 goals up. Game 5 looking likely, just saying. I think the real question is Discord, will we get to see the game 5?
It would be lovely if we do end up watching game 5, but unfortunately I'm not quite sure whether Discord will be agreeing with us. I'm not quite sure whether we'll take a quick break to get everything sorted. We'll look at that very, very shortly. But hopefully we do, because as it looks like, it is Barcelona just completely sweeping this game 4. So I think game 5 is looking very, very likely at this point.
I think it is actually looking likely, and I've got to give it to Barcelona. A good job at coming back after 2 losses in a row to Oxygen. 90 seconds left. 3-1 the scoreline. It was almost definite we're going to get a game 5 at this stage.
I'm trying to get the feed up and running yet again, but game 5 is going to be where it's very interesting, because we do now suddenly see FC Barcelona completely switching it around. It was such a one-sided affair, and I already called it during the game going on beforehand, where it was Oxygen that was looking so strong. But then suddenly it's just really switched around, and right now I don't quite know what I'm to expect from that next game.
You know, I think finally we might have a solution to our viewing problem. I have got the game up now, able to watch, and I can say it is for one of Barcelona. Of course, you can't see that on your very screen, so hopefully we can avoid any more issues going into game 5, as that is going to be a good one. But Astro to the backboard. It's all over now for Oxygen. Game 5 looking definite.
Game 5 absolutely imminent, and just almost a goal from Oxygen to take it back, but it will not matter. And Astral just losing out of groove, and that is why we thought that was so important for this Oxygen squad. We've been pointing at Astral as the main man to look at, and when that doesn't happen, when he cannot find these chances, when he cannot find these goals, the Oxygen team is struggling, and I think that is the hardest part. Game 5 is literally going to be on Astral's shoulders.
Well, Craftman, of course he predicted correct. He predicted a Game 5, and what else do we get other than that, Joessi? As the ball touches the ground. Game 5, here we come. Barcelona v Oxygen Esports. Deja vu.
It's interesting. I don't know how it's possible that literally every series went the distance. This is absolutely insane, but I do hope we get to see the same type of games going on into the playoffs, because it's already so close, and I hope it just keeps getting closer and closer. We got best of 7s coming up in the playoffs as well. Potential grand final bracket resetting coming as well. I hope that works out too, because that's going to be an absolute blast to watch. But first, there is this, the winner going through into the upper bracket facing Team Liquid, and the losers still having to wait to see who they end up facing in the lowers.
Oh, Joessi, I'm excited. I've had some great final game, great series so far. We had a great Game 5 earlier on for Oxygen v Barcelona. Went all the way to overtime. Will we get something like that again? That is the question. Itachi with the MVP in that game number 4. Well, I don't know what else to say anymore. I don't know what way to call it, because it is 50-50. It is a full-on coin toss at this stage.
Alright, I'm quickly gonna look over my desk if I do have a coin somewhere. I'm afraid I don't, because we all have to pay by card nowadays. But yeah, it is now all down to the wire, the 50-50 like you explained it, and I think that's exactly what it boils down to right here. It is, will Astral show up? Will he not show up? That's a 50-50 chance, and that's what's going to decide this series.
Game 5, the last game of the night, the last game of the group stage as well. The Barcelona head to the upper bracket of the playoffs or the lower bracket. The same question for Oxygen Esports. Where do these teams end up? Who do they face off against? Of course, the winner facing off against Team Liquid, the loser. They'll be heading to our last live, waiting for the loser of one of the semi-finals to see who they will be facing again. So, not an easy run for any of these teams. But they want to make it to that upper bracket, of course. 2 legs is better than 1. Maybe they can even get that upset over Liquid. Ironically, upfield he will go to the back wall, dropping down, coming centre. Devo trying to find that perfect bet by Joessi over one. Joessi will find another touch away. Itachi, centre it will go. Ironically with a drop down. Devo rushing in. 50-50 saved by Kerr, cleared away by Astro. Itachi sent back to his own corner.
And it is now both teams being pressured, having to do everything they can in defense to stop the attacks coming in. Dunked there from Kerr, another shot as well. That's just one, and Itachi is the first one to touch it. Not any commit on the side of Oxygen unless Astro is finding the goal there. Good chances in a double commit. Joessi, it's so close on the side of Oxygen. They do find it when Kerr does get the shot in, finally for Oxygen.
1-0 Oxygen. Kerr finds the first, and will be the first of many, Joessi. I think that's the question we ask next. Is Barcelona are going to be wanting a return 90 seconds in already of the kickoff? Ironically, over Joessi to the back wall that will go. Astro takes control, trying to get it away, up high, pushing upfield, looking to make it 2 around the back wall, trying, but the bum not going to find it, but Kerr dropping it down centre. No one there to connect. Barcelona looking for that clear. But a good demo. Astro off the ceiling, following up, beat to the ball, but it's not over yet. Joessi still going on with this play. As the ball pulled back to Kerr. Oxygen not slowing down.
But I love the way that Astro also went for that shot. It wasn't just a regular shot. He got the double tap, and another double tap here for Joessi. Almost dropping in. Itachi just in time. Still almost finding the back of the net. It's Oxygen's show right now. No breath on the side of Barcelona. They have to defend, and they have to keep doing it as well, because Oxygen is knocking and then not letting down.
Okay, that could be it. Oh, what a save. Barely kept out. The ball's up high, dropping down. Another follow-up. Ashton gets the clear away on the dribble. A flick over one. Over another, possibly not able to follow up in time. Joessi to the corner. That's dangerous. Barcelona take control. Ronicky out to Devo. That's upfield to the corner. Coming in centre. A chance at Barcelona to tie things up with Joessi. Waiting in it. To Ronicky once again. 2 minutes left on the clock. 1-0 the scoreline. That's to the backboard. The follow-up. It might go in. A goal line save. Barely kept out. Oh, so Calo's on the Esports remain 1-0 up, but Barcelona lucky it's not 2.
Yeah, Oxygen looking like clear favourites right now. Something has to change on the side of Barcelona. They need Devo holding defense on his own, while the others are upfield ready for the pass. Ronicky, that shot should have been better, and that could have been a great chance.
Up high, Astro trying to pass it in centre. Met by one, dropping down. Still nothing found. 90 seconds left in the clock. Barcelona need to get upfield, otherwise it will be the end of the road for them, and they'll be heading to the lower bracket. Shot into the backboard. Met by Astro. Takes out one, trying to get past another. A great 50-50. Nova's in the tank, beat to the ball. That's up high. Hit by no one but Ferrer. Barcelona 1 minute on the clock, trailing by one. Esports need to run down this timer, and they will be in it. They will be comfortable, and they will take their series.
Series in their hands. It's theirs to lose at this point. They've got a firm grasp on it. They just need to keep holding it and keep holding strong. Don't let FC Barcelona get any space, because as soon as Oxygen falls too far back, as soon as they stop defending in their opponent's half, and rather end up falling back to their own, that's when it starts to become very dangerous. It's actually showing why exactly there. Great clear from him, and a good 52. So gets it all the way back up the field though.
No.
And no, and it shambles a shot. What? That's not it?
So close for Ferrer, but 20 seconds left. Oxygen on attack, they just need to hold off. Clear up field. Meet by Ferrer once again. Time running out. That's surely going to be it. 10 seconds. One last chance for Barcelona. They've got to go upfield on this play and find something. But beat to the ball. Sends in the back wall. Ronicky low on boost. Everyone low on boost. The ball touches the ground. Alternate Esports take game 5. They take the series, and they move on to the upper bracket in the playoff to face off against Team Liquids.
I am so done with today. I need a lot of rest after this game. This was such a long day with such good Rocket League, and the FC Barcelona did not deserve to go down. I feel like it's a repeat of yesterday, where the one that goes down towards the lowest is still such a strong team. Both BDS and FC Barcelona is putting up such a strong showing, but just isn't enough, because the depth in the top of Europe right now is just oh so good.
Oh, so good. Barcelona, they fall to Oxygen Esports, an unfortunate one. Now let's bring back a familiar face and see what he has to say about it. Jar of Jam, of course, the man I'm talking about.
This is my favorite part of the show, Joessi, is the fact that I'm being invited. I usually introduce you, but this time you guys introduced me, and it's the most wonderful feeling. What can I say? Get your game 5s. That was the name of the game today. We had plenty of overtimes. We had game 5s throughout the day. We had upsets, we had nail biters, we had games on the edge of the seat, and of course the final game was not the exception. The comeback from Barcelona in game number 4 against Itachi was spearheading that. Almost for a moment I thought Barcelona can break it. Wasn't to be. The script was written differently, and I'm happy that my support for Oxygen Esports has proven to be pretty darn efficient. Even though Barcelona has won the first game, Oxygen Esports continue on throttling through. Most teams, of course, going to the playoffs, but there might be a little bit of a different situation for FC Barcelona, who, of course, no longer have any lives. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. We can breathe out. That's the final game. We can finally be free.
That's exactly how I feel. I think that's how everyone feels.
Yeah.
This was such a tough day. I'm very annoyed that we didn't get our 5-minute break, because I would have loved to just breathe in for a while. But it's been an absolute blast today, Jam. It had been yesterday as well, but today has just full on delivered. I think down to the absolute last seconds of every single day, you just didn't know who was going to take it. You didn't even know who was looking stronger than the other team. You don't know who's getting what seed. And I'm glad that now we can kind of look back at it and realize that all of these teams are just so closely matched, and it was always going to go down to the wire.
Down to where it did, and every single time it's almost impossible to think that we went the full maximum distance. Folks, we've been here for almost 5 hours. I hope you have been enjoying the show. We of course have been. You should have heard what was happening behind the scenes. Pandemonium for each and every one of these games. The goals that have been scored were absolutely crazy. Of course, again, as I mentioned, heartbreaks. The Dignitas going out, and well, I can only imagine what's currently happening in their camp. But Team Singularity, Oxygen Esports, FC Barcelona, every single one of these teams should be proud of their performance. They definitely have entertained us. And boy, Joessi, I'm pretty sure you'll join me here in naming our MVP for the day. It's Astral, no doubt, right?
Oh, definitely.
For sure. He's literally the person who decides whether Oxygen absolutely pop off or are just an okay team. Because even if he's not playing too good, they're still an okay team. But man, that guy's nuts.
Well, good news, folks. We're going to see much more of Astral during the rest of the week. 2 more days remain. Other than that, that's it for today. That wraps up the group stage. We have seen the qualifiers. Singularity is still with us from that stage. We have seen both of the groups, and we have seen upsets. We have seen expected results. And we, of course, have seen some amazing plays and amazing goals. Once again, just big thanks to our wonderful casters, Boyoroyo, Joessi, Craftman, DannyBoyATM, Bacon. I hope I'm not missing anyone. Otherwise, I'm going to be really disappointed in myself and ashamed. Our producer Ben, big thanks to him. I'm pretty sure this magic that you just saw with our casters suddenly being able to cast was thanks to him and, of course, our team behind the scenes. Just big props to everyone who just managed to so quickly make a turnaround and make this Game 5 possible so quickly. Shout outs to Spleen and John, aka Always, for being in the background and helping with the games. Lukash, as much as he hated Game 5s, we need to thank him. If you have watching any highlights on Twitter, that's his job. And of course, Sparta has been preparing all the assets that you've seen today. There's only one graphics team in the world, and that, of course, is our graphics teams. That's Eskimon, Palacium, and Rurik. That overlay that you see and feast your eyes upon, that's their work, and really cannot say enough praises for them. Finally, thanks to Psyonix. They've sponsored this amazing month of events, and we're about to finish it up with playoffs for the ages. This Rocket Baguette Summer Grand Prix will return tomorrow, 1 hour earlier, 6 p.m. Central European, as we will enter the playoff stage. Until then, thanks for watching. Good night.